Hi everyone, my name is Rachel Kramer and I am a research librarian here at MCC. This video will show you how to use the library's resources to research interpersonal relationship theories. We'll start on the MCC homepage. From here, scroll down and click on this quick link for the library. This is the library's homepage, and this right here is Discovery Search. Discovery Search is a search engine tool that searches almost all of the library's resources. In fact, we call it the library's version of Google. Discovery Search will bring back results for print and electronic books, articles in newspapers, magazines, and academic journals, video clips, images, and more. Let's start by searching the first theory listed on your sheet, emotional intelligence theory. Now, if there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it is that researching and using the library's resources is not a one-and-done process. You will need to do multiple searches with different combinations of keywords to see which combination is most effective. In general, I like to start broad and then narrow my search, but you can search in whatever way is most efficient for you. Because I like to start with a broad search, I am going to type emotional intelligence into the search bar without adding the word theory to it. I am, however, going to put emotional intelligence inside quotation marks. Why? Well, quotation marks tell Discovery Search to only bring back results where emotional intelligence occurs as an exact phrase, with the two words side by side. If I did not use quotation marks, I might get less relevant results. You also want to be sure to search by short phrases or keywords, not full sentences, questions, or long phrases. Unlike Google, library search engines are only built to handle keywords or short phrases. So I'll hit enter. You can also click on the gray search button. Our results load, and I see that we have almost 26,000 results. Emotional intelligence has been a very popular theory or topic in recent decades, and the high number of results reflects this popularity. But 26,000 is way too many results to go through, so we'll need to use these options on the left side of the page to refine or limit our results. Under current search, we can see what we are currently searching. The search will automatically be set up to search for synonyms or related words, and will only bring back results where the full text of the information resource is available. Then we have this Limit To section. These are some of the most used limiting options. You can choose to see only scholarly or peer-reviewed articles, or items in our catalog, which includes only print books, electronic books, and periodicals. Or you can even choose to see print books only. One of the most convenient tools is this publication date filter. Often your professors only want you to use sources from a certain time frame, perhaps the last 5 or 10 years. Or maybe you only want to find the most cutting edge or most historical research. You can drag the blue bars in either direction, or you can type your desired date in the box. I've decided I only want results from the past 10 years, so I am going to type 2013 in this from box and hit enter. And you can see that adjusting the publication date brought my results down from 26,000 to about 15,000. That's still way too many to go through, but I still have more filtering options. Under Filter by Source Type, I can be more specific with exactly what kind of sources I want. I'm going to click Show More, and you can see exactly what source types and how many of each there are on this topic. I am going to select magazines and trade publications. These are reliable sources that tend to be shorter and easier to read than a lot of more scholarly academic articles. I will hit this yellow update button, and you can see that I'm down to about 3,000 results. And if we look at these icons just beneath the title, we can see that they are all periodicals, which is just another name for information resources that are published periodically, like magazines and trade publications. Now, let's say you are interested in this first article. What we're seeing here is just the results preview page. To get more information about this article, we can click on the linked title. Doing so will take us to the article's detailed record page, where we can find more information about the article. This article is available in a few ways. The HTML full text is actually available right beneath the record. Here is the article. It looks just like a web page. If, however, you prefer to read a more visually interesting version, you can choose to click on the PDF full text, and the article will appear exactly as it did in print. And here on the top right, you have options to download or print the article. All right, let's go back to our detailed record page. I really want you to pay attention to and use these tools on the right side of the page. It is very important to keep track of your research. Research usually takes longer than you expect, so you may find yourself doing several different research sessions. In those instances, it's even more important to track your results. You can save information resources to your Google Drive. This folder here is only temporary for your search session, so I don't recommend using that. You can certainly print the article, but my favorite is the email option. You just click email and then enter your own address. You can even have the citation sent along with the article. You are using APA 7th edition for this assignment. Or you can save a copy to the local computer. All right, let's talk about this and other citation generators. They are very useful tools, and we encourage you to use them. They will generate citations for a variety of different formats. However, these are machine-generated citations. They are usually very good at getting all of the elements you need for the citation in the correct order. Unfortunately, they often make mistakes with capitalization and italics. Therefore, we recommend that you double-check these citations against a more authoritative source, like the Purdue OWL or the actual APA handbook. We do have the APA handbook available at the library, and on our website in many places we do link to the Purdue OWL. Okay, finally, another really important tool is the permalink. The permalink is important because this URL at the top of the page is not the actual link to this result. Rather, this URL is specific to your search session. Watch what happens if I copy this link and paste it into an incognito window. It takes me to the EBSCOhost login page rather than the article. For this reason, I need the permalink. Depending on what database you're using, it may be called the permanent link, the bookmark, the DOI or digital object identifier, or even a stable or persistent link. So click the permalink button and the permanent link will appear just above the title. This is the link you want to include in your citations or if you are sending your sources to your professor for approval. Now, if I copy and paste this link into an incognito window, you will see that I am taken to that exact result. All right, so those are the basics of discovery search. Emotional intelligence is a really popular topic. So let's try searching a different theory. Let's see here. Back to the home page. Let's try number 14, Phiro theory. If I type in Phiro theory, let's see how many results I get. I only get about 15 results, and that's not a lot to work with, especially because you'll see 4 of these are reviews. Book reviews are very short summaries and evaluations of books that are written for librarians to help them decide what to buy. They are not considered a good source for a research project because they are simply far too short to be of any substance. So if you read an interesting book review, you should try to find the book in question and use that as a source. Your professor will most likely not accept a book review as a source for a research project. Okay, so if I only have 15 results and 4 of them I know right away are not usable, I am going to broaden my search by just searching Phiro to see if that brings back any more results. And it does. Now I have about 221, and that is an amount I can actually browse to see which is relevant. So as you see, you will probably need to adjust your search terms and perform more than one search for this assignment. Okay, if you get stuck at any point, please do not hesitate to reach out for help. All of the library's help options are available on our homepage. You can email us with this form, and we will get back to you as soon as we can. Or you can chat with us for an immediate response. You can call us, or you can book a one-on-one appointment, either in person or via Zoom. Just click the link for students and fill out the form. Finally, you can walk in anytime that the library is open and ask for help. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck with your projects. You've got this.